Check, check. Microphone's working. Always a good start. Good morning, good afternoon, of course, good evening to everyone here. Welcome along to the stream. So, welcome. Chat. You are in chat. Welcome along. Nice to have you all here. Good to see so many people here so early too. Do like it. Back on Southern Cross Station, but nice to have you all here. Let's just have a quick roll call. Who is in chat already? Callum, hello. Pozos. G'day, mate. I see you playing on the multiplayer server. Awesome. Been great to see you spending quite a bit of time on there lately, which is good. Hamish, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. Tim 10, welcome along. Jim Melvin's here. Hello, Jim. Jason Rowe, good evening to you. Cody Reedy, g'day, mate. Welcome along. Archie, you're also playing FS22 right now. Awesome. Good to hear. How many are Aussies? There's quite a few Aussies. Normally, a few Kiwis, a few Europeans, and the occasional American tuning into one of these streams, time zone. So there we are. A lot of different times around the world. John the Av Geek, welcome along. You just subscribed today after catching me in FSGs. I'm assuming you're talking about in the No Man's Land video today. So welcome along, John. Great to have you here, and thank you very much for subscribing. I can spit all those words out. Scott Free for All, good evening to you, my friend, or very early good morning. Here's one of those crazy Americans who is up at goodness knows what time it is. I really need to have like a world clock or something. You know, like you see the newsrooms that have like a clock for all the different time zones. I kind of need one of those there. Well, I've got a smartphone that, you know, you can on them pretty easy. Nice to have a look up and see. Mr. Sim Farmer, welcome along again, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here again. Pulled an all-nighter on the multiplayer. That's a solid effort. Artist Unknown, a Kiwi. Welcome. There we go. Another Kiwi. Nice to have you here. HF is a long-time listener, first-time caller. Nice to have you here, HF. Thanks for joining the stream. Pleasure to have you here. Altona Gaming. Couldn't sleep. Steel Horses here. Mornay's here. Chris, hello everyone. Welcome all in to the stream. Great to have your company. And great to have this beautiful Case Patriot. Now this is, as I said in the description, this is from Mark Thor. This is an original model by, LBJ Modding and Karl Farms, with someone else who did the monitor inside. But Mark's given the full credit, and I know he has touched with the gentlemen to ask their permission for converting this to 22, so he has done that with their blessing. But we do have this 440 Patriot to run around the fields today and get some fertilizer applied. Now, if we take a quick look, see, got some weeds to tackle up here as well, so we'll see how we go. But all three of our fields, 14, 24, and can't even read what number that is, 6, all in need of some love. And we've actually picked up a contract on 18, go and carry on with the seeding we did last time, fertilizer applied. So that is the plan. There's no more contracts to do other than apply and transport ones there, so we won't be doing any of that. But first things first, go and have a look at this properly first. I even put Mark's name on the number plate up there. But before we do that, we're going to jump in the truck and head on down and get some more fertilizer. We do have a bit. In fact, we've actually got a little bit in the shed. We should probably pull those totes out and put it in there as well. See how much we've got then. Might figure out if we have to go get some more. So that's the plan. That is the plan. Good to see you all here. Nice to have so many in. Chinook, how you doing, buddy? Working late tonight. What time's late? Like, what time are you working till? When did you start? What shift are you on? Don't work too hard. Gotta work hard. It's pretty hard scheduling flights at the moment by the looks of things. Although you've had a nice week of weather. Must make things just a little bit easier. 1:30. Right. There you go. Decent sleeping in the morning then. Where did you get the world mod? World mod? What are you talking about the world mod for? Archie? Not quite sure what you mean. Oh. Starting off with terrible stuff. 1500 litres in that one. Oh, shed? That's right. Oh, the map. This is in Mod Hub. Southern Cross Station. It is a cross-platform map, so it is for PC as well as console, and it is in Mod Hub. Don't know the background to it. It was actually a FS17 map that never was brought through to 19, and Hocks 23, who made the map for 17, converted it for 22. So it kind of skipped a generation there in the game, which is kind of cool. I like the fact that it feels like a fresh map for a lot of you know, anyone who's new to the game, as I am from only picking the game up in FS19 was my first version. It's kind of nice to have a map that I haven't played before and hadn't seen before. Losing my touch. I know, Mornay. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do have a little bit of a headache, but I'm not going to put that down as an excuse. Damn fine map. I agree. I agree, Jason. I was actually, it doesn't feel like I've done, I think this is our 17th live stream on it, because every episode I've done, or every episode I've done has been a live stream, and that was my 17th thumbnail we put up, so. Been a lot of messing around in that time, but been a lot of fun. Right, well, we've got 6,000 litres, so I think we went for the 9,000 litre tank. Now, just have a quick look and show you the mod, so you can see some of the options on it. So there it is, $195,000. Pretty well set up. So there's a tank capacity of 6,000 or 9,000. Michelin or Trelleborg. You got standard rear jewels, all jewels, arrows, rear jewels, and all jewels. Back to standard, and then the same with the Trelleborg. So that's pretty cool. Boom of 36.5 or a 40 meter option. We've gone for the 36.5. And obviously the GPS and headland management are other mods which we can add into it. So all pretty simple, but we do have the 9,000 litre tank. So I think we will, while we've got the truck, let's go down and get some more fertilizer now. While we're having a bit of a drive around before we go into doing some spraying. FS19 was your first too. Well, there you go, Archie. It'll feel like a brand new map to you. John, you're playing on Southern Cross Station as well. Love seeing how different everyone plays with different strategies and layouts. Yeah, that's the best thing about Farm Sim in general, isn't it? FSG and I were chatting about it because we are thinking a little bit about transitioning from No Man's Land into something new, and we just having a bit of a chat about where we might go next together. But we actually thought maybe we should be making that game save, our No Man's Land save, available to anyone who wants to download it and have a play and carry on from our farm and develop that further. Well, that could be quite a cool little thing to see how people choose to progress it and develop it further. Right, let us jump here and chop some more fertilizer. Mods for that, do I? Nope. Right. So those are 2,000 litres. We've actually only got 19 grand. I need to sell some crop. Oh, 9 grand from those. And get them into the trailer. Magically. The only problem I went with the jewels on the sprayer is I can't actually fit it on the cradle here. So we can unfold that. It's going to clash with those totes, but that's the only downside to doing it the way we've done it. But that's alright. Love this map, just wish it would had a few updates. Traffic would be nice, maybe making a couple of the grass paddocks fill in with livestock like Aussie does on Calmston. Yeah, I definitely agree with the traffic. I think that'll be pretty cool to see. I want to see more. I just don't think like any of the modded cattle pens just aren't big enough, and I do like the way that Argsy and other map makers, Green Valley is a great example as well. With having animals built in and having them in expansive big pastures, the cows, and actually having fields for them, I think that's pretty cool. But I can understand the rationale behind it on this map. One, I don't think it was part of the 17 version, and two, I know it's a bit of a different part of the world, I suppose. You don't see the intensive farming in New South Wales quite the same as we might here in New Zealand or something like that. More spread out, well, at least at my experiences. There probably is pockets of it around. So let us go and get the sprayer topped up. What I might do, I was thinking about this, I might run right down the back and do the field right down the back first, purely because I don't want to run all the way down there with only a little bit of fertilizer left. So we can fill the tank up now with the out of the tender here and take it full load down. So I think that'll be the plan. Australia, so we should have at least a field that would hold 1,000 sheep. I agree, and I think that field there would be a perfect one for sheep. I mean, I've made do with what I could at the time. Probably some better sheep pastures, but I like the open ones. But what I would have loved is if something like this open pasture, like, I'd love it if the modder actually made it come all the way out here. Like the Elk Mountain ones we have on No Man's Land, they're actually quite good. They cover a decent size, but I would have loved to have had those placeable and stretching further. Is what it is. Here is the man himself. Hello, Mark. How are you? I was just hopping in just in time for us to go on our first spraying adventure. But I was explaining to the viewers and everyone here in chat that you have carried out this conversion with the blessing of the original modders, Karl Farms and LBJ Modding. And what are your plans? Because I don't want to speak out of turn here, not knowing exactly. But what's your plans for releasing it? Are you going to go and try and go through Mod Hub and get it onto all platforms? Is it going to be a PC only release through a shared link on Discord or something like that? Where are you heading? What are you thinking with it? Holy cow, Taz, welcome along, my friend. Great to see you as always. Hope you are having a wonderful Wednesday morning in your part of the world. That paddock there, or the one just over the fence, yeah, that'll be good. And then there's a couple down on this side of the main farm, isn't there? That barn and that in it. Even in and around there, or these ones around the river would be good, because obviously, you know, there with the, let's see, in there with the barn and everything in there, that'd be cool, because you know, it's close to a water source. Interesting to see how Farmer Bob gets on with his standard size 2x2 West Australia map that he is working on as well. See where that ends up in the world, whether it makes it through to console or what he can do with that. Oh, you ask him now. Alright. Chinook, what are you deleting Taz's message for? I'm assuming that was an inadvertent press, and you didn't mean to delete Taz saying hi. On behalf of my moderator team, I apologise, Taz. We'll clean up the files and run it through the Giants test. I'll go from there as to all platforms, but we'll give it a shot. Awesome. There you go. Great news. I've been very impressed actually, having with Griffin, Indiana, just before I start talking about it. So let's jump in here. Let's just watch the animations on it. Put Coke on your phone. Oh, I might have to take that blue spanner away from you, mate. That's the kind of thing you're going to do. Look at that. Nice animations. In terms of control on the boom once we get it unfolded. There's a few different things we can do here. So that lowers it down. I can't tell you which mouse button it is because I'm using my controller. And then we can tilt it out to level it out. And then we've got individual control of each of the arms. Which that one there. Make it wave. And right one, there it is. That one there. So we can, if you're going over some uneven terrain or anything like that, you can put a wing up or wing down or whatever you need to do. Very nice. That is, it works very well in that regard, but I haven't actually turned it on and used it in anger yet. It's going to be a bit of a baptism of fire for you, Mark. Thanks. No one pointed out the fact that I drove off without filling up the sprayer. And I've just got all backed in here to try and start it up and go spraying. Well, I guess we'll bring the truck down. I pulled in there and I was wondering why it wouldn't start spraying. I am indeed on PC, Archie. I am indeed. In fact, I'm just gonna easy div. Oh, no, we don't do that. Pulled an FSG move there. Thank you, Christoph. Thank you for joining the stream. Thank you for pointing that out. That's karma for the grief I gave him during No Man's Land this week, probably. Thank you, John. Appreciate that pointer. I'm gonna take the short way. I like this little ford. What a cool little crossing. Very neat. Oh well, that was a little faux pas on my part, wasn't it? Completely undid all my plans. Not to worry. Love the sun. It was completely impromptu, Jason. Completely impromptu. Good. That's good fun. I'd actually logged onto the server about 20 minutes beforehand just so I could clean his tractor and do that little intro without him knowing. Wow. Ooh. It's a good little wind up we have. Good little storyline we have going on. Hey Chinook. Thank you, my man. Very, very kind of you. You didn't have to do that. I'd give that straight to Taz for deleting his high. That will cheer me up. Thanks, mate. Legend, as always. Alright, now the only problem is I think I have to be on the other side of the sprayer to pump, because I think it's only got a trigger on one side. Hey, thanks for tuning in and saying hi, Farmer Hamish. You have a great day at work. Forward to catching up with you again soon, mate. Nice to see you, though. Nice to have you tune in. No matter how brief it is. Right. Give this another go. Try using the sprayer the way it's meant to be used. With spray in it. Fertilizer. There it is. Why turn my headlights on? Right. Now, I think we have to turn this trailer on. Okay. Alright, that's pumping. Might be an overload function. Where's the sprayer trigger, Mark? On the front or the back? This is going to be one of the cases where you have to be in the truck to pump, isn't it? No. You can't remember. Let's fold that up. I wonder if it's on the side. One thing I really have not got my head around is how they've changed the different ways to fill things, and it's almost got a little bit overcomplicated for me. And the number of mods I've had that just won't work together, like the Demco side quest tanks, and just trying to fill those up. Normally, you have to be in the vehicle, offload it. At least that's what I thought. Maybe I had this problem last time, did I? I don't have to open a cover or anything, Mark? Crash into it. Maybe after all this we will be using easy div. Wouldn't do. No, because it's part of the trailer, unless I have to be... What was I on? I've turned the trailer on, you can hear the pump running. You can see the trailer's blue. couple of triggers there, isn't there? Here's $1 million question for you, Mark. Have you actually filled it up from something like this? Or have you only tried it, use it easy dev? Should there not be a big box on the front of the sprayer somewhere? If there was a trigger? Alright, we're gonna do it the naughty way. Fertilizer, build that. 9,000. We can at least have a go spraying. Probably something else you need to add. Back fill node or something, aren't they called? Like that. Alright, blow that back down. Build that out. Right, spraying, take 2. Alright. Underway this time. Oh, she fair hauls. 25 miles per hour. I could try that. Actually, I could try doing that too as a test, John. Well, I think the issue is going to be our little trigger there. Missed. Very fast. I know, watching some of the guys in the States, they might spray at maybe 18 miles per hour. We're gonna cover the land. We've only got 4 fields to do. We'll be running out of things to do if we do it too fast. And we are gonna, when we get to the last field, we're actually gonna skip forward to night because I want to show you the light effects Mark's put on this as well. Very cool. That's what testing's for. Hey, no need to apologise, Mark. Exactly right. There's the risk I run. Some herbicide, liquid fertilizer into the water too. The greenies will appreciate that. No, I knew full well what I was getting into when I had to go with it, so I think I probably did exactly what you do and use easy dev to fill it up just to test all of those bits are working. I don't even think about testing the trigger. I just wanted to see how it'll work. Figured out the easiest way to do that. Tip that again, have a There we go. So there's no collision on the tips of the booms. I think it's at the very last section. Test it. Look. How far did you not put a collision on these, Mark? You've got quite not much collision on it at all. Yeah. Hey Mustard Seed, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Nice to have your company this evening. It's cool with precision farming and weed spot control. Yes, true, I don't have that on. Would have been good actually this field when you look at all the weeds. But look, how are we doing up here? See where we've been. Front wheels look a bit wonky. I think it's my steering, is it? See from that angle now. Middle hinge. Right. Okay. This is the hard field to do, to set up a GPS course on, right on steering, particularly with something this big. Figure out which way to do it. Do the old cheat. I've completely cooked that. Nowhere near one. Hello David, how are you? Good evening to you. Welcome along this evening. Hope you're having a good day. Alright. Let's have a look. Go from about there. Run it down. In fact, probably don't have to be too precious because we'll end up with overlap, or are we going to get it all in one go? Close to. Very close. You haven't checked GPS with AI work fine. We can have a look at that. We will use GPS on one of the fields. We have to figure out which one's best. Probably the next one we're going to do, Mark. Be the best one. It's bigger and squarer, more regular shape to try it on. Yeah, could be. Everything done up in there. Perfect. Thank you, Chunok. Indeed, always, as every time, ask you if you are enjoying things to make sure you leave a like on the stream, even if you're only here for 5 minutes. Appreciate you putting that thumbs up and teaching the YouTube algorithm that you're enjoying my content. About the only way, apart from being here and watching, but it's probably one of the best ways you can help support the channel. I do appreciate that. Aman Bati, the map name is in the description. Southern Cross Station. Available on ModHub. So, Jason, are you torn? I know you were talking last time about not wanting Griffin, Indiana to come out. Well, it is out. How do you feel about it? Australia. Do that. I'm gonna have a big patch in here that I can't do because I didn't do it. I ran out of fertilizer when we were seeding this field. So there'll be a patch in here I won't actually be able to do anything. Not bad, thanks. I have a question from a long time. What happened with Farm Sim Network? I was curious about the farm manager part. The Farmers Only Club, you mean? I couldn't afford that the time it needed to really do what it needed to have done. The time commitment that was needed to actually make it successful, I could not fit into my schedule and my time commitment, so I had to let that one just slip away. I would have liked to have carried on. I like the idea. I think the concept was fantastic, but just yeah, my time, I just could not give it the time it needed to be able to carry on doing it. But they seem to be going from strength to strength, still growing, having lots of different community events and members and things like that. So, all right, we up. The other thing I noticed, Mark, is when you're in this configuration and fold it up, you can still change things. Make wings go up and down. I don't know if that's something you can, once it's folded up, is that something you can neutralize or not. Obviously when it folds, it goes to a neutral state like that. What you'd expect. You're ignoring the fact I have too many axis buds to harvest. Fair enough. It's not going anywhere. Not going to go anywhere, it'll be there for a long time. Which harvester do I have? We have a Case harvester on this farm at the moment. 7250, I want to say from memory. Might just about be time to use it next episode. We'll have to wait and see. Won't be too much to do once we've got all this sorted out. Oh, we haven't had a look. Oh, that's right. You've got more than one camera, haven't you? All these different preset cameras on it. Bit of getting used to. Sounds like Jason needs your harvester. Does. Yep. Doesn't work on console though, does it, Jason? Unfortunately. Need to lock them off somehow. Yeah, I mean, there must be some way you can do it. I don't know. Way above my skill level. Hey Grant, how are you? Welcome along. Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thought must be pretty busy. Good content anyway. Always watch your video. Thank you very much. Go there. I had a few people actually asking about that. Yeah. If you were just wanting to play the game in a more of a serious manner and I guess commit long term to playing on 1, maybe 2 maps, and we're prepared to do that, then I could certainly see some joy in it. Of course, we also have a few multiplayer servers on for the community, all available through Discord. All the information is in there. So if you are looking for some games to play, somewhere to play with, some people to play with, highly recommend jumping in there and joining the team. There's let's go along edge. There's been quite a few people on there lately on the Green Valley server, which is very cool. Do like seeing that. Hey Legion, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Bit late, but better late than never though. Alright. And you can never be late to a stream. And I don't expect you to be sitting around just waiting for me to go live. Here we go. There's the link, thank you Legion, to Discord. So if you want to jump in there, you're not already on, and go and find all the information on the servers, where the mods are, all of that sort of carry on. All in there. Right, so 121 foot. Now what did Mark? 120 foot. 36, 120 or 132. We're on the 120. So I'd say that's going to be correct. Bump it down just to be on the safe side. See if we can get it to work. Lower things down here. Still getting my head around which joystick does what. Boom and arm and wing and... Twisted it all the way down. One problem using a gaming controller is you end up... The analog sticks are pretty unforgiving with direction, so you end up controlling 2 things at once quite often. Right, there we are. Let's run this along here, see if we can get GPS working in the field. New auction on field 25. Oh, haven't used the land auction mod yet. Had it in here. I think it's probably the first auction I've seen pop up while we've been playing on this. Go. Let's see if that's this up on a track. Perfect. Should now be able to slide down here. See ourselves getting through this field. So we'll carry on and go around the outside. That'll help it make it a bit easier to turn around on either end. Very good. Back to work, but you will lurk. Cool, mate. Oh, like I said, if anyone has any questions on this, Patriot, we know how to get hold of Mark. And try not to DM him though, he seems to get a lot of requests for different things. So, maybe just add him in a just a general chat or something like that, because someone else may be able to help as well. When's the next episode? Archie, what next episode of what? What are you looking for? Next episode of anything? This next live stream for Southern Cross Station will be the same time next week. A Wednesday night for me. Damn, I sabotaged that pretty well. Just spoken to Farmer Bob, the PC and console version did fail testing. He will fix what Giant said and send it back. Cool, man. That's good. Hopefully not too much or too many issues. That was actually a candidate for FSG and I were talking about. That is a potential option for our next farming adventure once we leave No Man's Land. Getting back into some larger equipment. Right, let us find this course. Contract issues seems to be fixed. I can actually catch one before it disappears. That's good. Good to hear. I must say I haven't been quite so successful on this map. They seem to disappear pretty quick. Managed to snaffle that one, but when I first jumped in, there was 2 or 3 fertilizing ones. I thought, oh, that's perfect. We'll do a few fertilizing contracts. All gone before I had a chance to get them. It's the last one. Stream. Yeah, so next stream on this map will be this time next week, Archie. Otherwise I stream on very early Sunday morning New Zealand time, so even earlier if you're Australian. Well before the sun comes up for you guys. Just so it's a Saturday afternoon / evening with UK and European and American viewers, so try and mix up the times there for that. This is a good one for me on a Wednesday evening once the family's gone to bed and settle in. Stream for a couple of hours. How about beacons or red flashes at the end of the booms? How about you put a green one on one end and a red one on the other? And we'll follow maritime rules about which side is which. Or aviation rules. Even if FSG should go to Wilhelmina. I'd be down. I can't imagine he'd want to do that much forestry though. Probably not quite his cup of tea, Legion. Maybe we'll, maybe once the Silver Run Forest, what is it called? Once the new map comes out, the Platinum Edition map comes out, maybe that'll be our bigger foray into forestry, who knows. Last update seemed to fix one contract issue, but introduced a new one. Had 2 harvesting contracts that couldn't be completed since the update. Ah. Were they ones you had to deliver to a production chain? Farmer, because I know people have complained about that. If it's a production chain that doesn't have enough capacity, then and you don't own it, it will never process it. Supposed to be harvesting spuds, but 0 contracts keep coming up and I can't resist. I run out of workers. This is where I say you could get the more workers mod, Jason, but I know that's not a possibility. That's the whole point. Argsy out of his comfort zone. I put him out of his comfort zone just by cleaning his tractor, Legion. No, we talked about it, and we talked about it. Come up a couple of times lately. We actually kind of missed doing, West Texas was cool because we had the big gear, so I'm looking forward to going back and doing something along that line again. Done the sort of start from scratch a little bit, and I think we're probably at a point with No Man's Land where we can do whatever we want because money's not really going to be an issue. Alright, what have I missed? Just a bit. Yeah, rub it in. Give precision. Oh, a bit of a sneak peek. I do. Wait till we get night time to be able to show you the light. In standard sell point on Carson Farm, I delivered enough to show contract complete, but wouldn't actually let you collect the money. They then both okay, that is a weird glitch then, isn't it? I hope you use the powers of the console commands or easy dev to reward yourself suitably for those contracts. Right. Let's carry on. What have we got left? We've got one more field of our own to do, and then the contract. We might actually go down. I want to do the contract first, then we'll come back and finish it back at the farm. Get my American driving out of the way and here, hop back on the correct side of the road. Beacons on, eh? Okay. Nice set of flashes. On the top of the cab. Where else? I know what you were thinking. Alright, well at least we know how to get to field 18 this time because we were there last stream. Might as well just about own this field. It's isn't that straightforward? Oh, we've spent that much time in it. Welcome along everyone. If I haven't said hello to you already, thank you very much for tuning in, catching us here on Southern Cross Station. We are here using a Case Patriot 4440 spray, and this was originally by LBJ Modding and Karl Farms for FS19. It might have even been in 17, I'm not sure. But Mark Thor has, with their permission, brought it through here to 22 and is still working his magic on it. Still not quite ready to go, but he is going to hopefully run it through all the Giants testing side of things, and if he can get some pass marks on the test runner and things like that, he'll consider submitting it to the mod hub for all platforms. That'll be pretty cool. Nice to see. It took a long time to get some self-propelled sprayers in 19, I feel, but we've certainly been very spoilt so far in 22, and we don't even have the John Deere by custom modding it either. Hey Strady, how are you, mate? Welcome, welcome, welcome. A very good morning to you. Alright, let us unfold this. This is the one time where I must admit having no collisions on the end of the boom is quite nice. I could, yeah, right up, that one right up. Just get a bit of spray drift. Never heard anyone did it. That's the Monsanto baby. Right. Don't give me that garbage, I do so. Yeah. Oh, that side down. Oh wait, at least in this field it's a bit easier to see where we are going. The planted texture. There we go, running along beautifully. Oh, there's an interesting hole there. I mean, a bit of a rough terrain there in the map. That's what I'm going to blame anyhow, and I'll stick into that story. Been a while since you've done any farming, been more on Flight Sim lately. Nice. One thing I've really wanted to get a hold of that. I spent a huge amount of time in Flight Sim 98. And then I got the was it X, I think. But I haven't got around to getting this one. I really would like to play it. Give it a go. I always got pretty much exactly like Farm Sim. I got too distracted with modding it the last time. I used to skin planes, make them, make custom planes because, again, there's not a huge amount of mods out there for New Zealand. New Zealand was pretty well covered, but any of the more private little airlines, that was very hard to find. So I actually painted up a crop duster for one of our local, or our only local crop duster, who's actually only about 1 kilometre down the road from us. It's the airstrip. Got a old Cresco top dressing plane and painted that up in his colours. Quite cool to have. Wednesdays wake up to Argsy time. Morning DJ, how are you mate? Good to see you here, welcome. Put me on your alarm. That'd be one way to get you out of bed and turn it off. Bit rough in that field, isn't it? I hadn't actually noticed that when we were seeding it, but there is quite a bit of a lump there. I enjoyed your little bloopers video the other day, DJ. Did I answer your beacon question? I said you should put green on one side and red on the other, and we'll make it have to observe maritime rules. Identify port and starboard. That'll be perfect. But no, we're just about, now that I've finished it, well, once I finish this field, we're going to go back to the main farm. I'm going to skip forward time. Yeah, we've finished contract. Let's complete that. Complete. Boom, done. New contract. I'm going to skip forward time tonight so we can have a look at the lights. Might have hit snooze a few times today. Oh, I couldn't do it. Mornings are my enemy. Bloop was always funny. So do you, like just a curious content creator question here. Do you clip those at the time and go, that's a good one, I'll put that in a folder? Store it somewhere? You troll back through, remembering what mistakes you'd made. Yep, clip them at the time. That one's a highlight reel. Went into a meeting, did you chat about the Griffin, Indiana map? Not particularly, more other than to say it has been released and what people's opinions on it were. I know Jason, I was winding Jason up because I know he really wants to play it, but he's elbows deep in potatoes here in Southern Cross. But no, I'm certainly you know, pleased to see that out, and I must admit, credit to the credit to AJ Farmer as well, but he's been very open with testing and everything like that. It's been great to have some dialogue with them and that in as well, but also to, I think Giants were pretty clear through their testing, and they're certainly looking to make improvements. Like Mr. Marcel's been commenting on, I've seen him comment actually in a couple of different spots recently, the last week or so. One on AJ Farmer's forum thread, just asking for feedback and what they can do to improve the way they process mods and work with modders. And there was somewhere else I saw him, I think he popped up in a Discord server somewhere, might have been Farmer Clients, I can't remember exactly where it was. But no animals on, no, there's no animal placeables in the map, so if you want to do animals, you'll be having to add them all in yourself. But it was all go in the same folder when recording. I just drag straight into bloopers if I mess up. So do you do them as an individual clip, like, and restart again? That's the one thing I struggle with. Like if I'm recording something, I just hit record and it records for however long that is. And then if I want to get a clip out of that, I have to actually edit it and export it out individually. There goes our See how long this takes to come back. Stand by, normal transmission will resume. The buffer has started. Yep. It has. Give it a bit of time. Should come back. But we're going to skip forward time anyhow. The clouds roll over. Gonna catch up here, internet. Go feed the hamsters. Leave things there at dusk. Probably gonna be the best time. It's been good, has been good so far, Chinook. First little stutter it's had. That's OBS has gone green again, so YouTube should not be too far behind. Hey Nismo, what's up mate? Welcome along, hope you are having a good evening. Always a nervy time sitting here watching things. What's gone completely to zero. Oh, back. Like it just can't keep up. I think I can, it's like the little red caboose. Let me know when it's back to normal on your side. And better. Better. Not better, better. I am right at the moment, Nismo. Right this minute. Yeah. Got me connected but can't hold live. OBS is looking good now. Giving me a straight answer. The other on YouTube to get rid of it. Warning. Be all good. Here we go. That's green. Touch wood, it stays there. Right. Everyone back. Looks back to normal. Right. So one of the little things Mark's done, I think it's very cool. Turn the lights on. I don't know if anyone's seen one of Karl Farms' recent videos. Oops. Okay. Got the little blue lights. When you turn the spray on, you get this nice lighting effect on there, which I think is pretty cool. So I haven't used it on precision farming, but Mark was saying even on precision farming you get the when you're doing weed spraying and the spot spray, it's sort of, you know, the pulsing and the different pulses looks pretty cool with the blue. But I do think that's pretty neat. Apart from not being able to fill it up, Mark, it's been faultless. Cannot complain. If we can get that fixed up, light it up, we'll be all good to go. The lights look awesome. I do like the blue. Much better than the first one you sent through to me had white, and they were on all the time, or just, yeah, they were on all the time, weren't they? But now they're attached to the full beam. They're the last on the light cycle. You go through, no lights, front lights, rear work lights, then blue lights, and basically high beam at the front. I did ask Mark if we could attach it to the beacons, so when you turn your beacons on, instead of having a beacon on the cab, you use the beacon trigger to turn the blue lights on, but no dice. Apparently that is not possible. So I think this is the next best option. Looks very cool. Yeah, going along and have a look at Welcome Farms had a demo one or a test one there for a wee while ago, not that long ago. And they had all the lights and everything on it. Hey John, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Indeed, better late than never. Hey, like I said, everyone, you can only join in for 5 minutes, and as long as you stop in and say hi, I don't mind. How you been anyhow, John? You good? Can you configure the light colour in the shop? No, you can't, but could you configure the light colour in the shop, Mark? Would that be an option? Would you be able to make the light colour configurable? I had never thought of it that way. I defaulted to suggesting blue because that's what the that's what I've seen in the Welker one, the case that Welker's had. So yeah. Next question, righto, we'll move on. Enough said on that, John. Right. Where am I going to pick up a line here? Let's just pause here for a minute. Let's get... I don't have it activated. Yeah. Not activated in here. I don't... Screenshot of that. Not a very good one because it's we're crashing into the fence. Yeah, no, everyone's good here. Thank you. No, we're all just trucking along. What have we got? Youngest son's made the finals of his school speech competition, which is pretty cool. That's tomorrow. What else is going on? Last football game on the weekend. Well, last regular season football game for the kids this weekend coming. So back to having sleep-ins on Saturday mornings. So my oldest boy will have a couple of tournaments coming up over the next couple of months. Maybe to configurable. Interesting to see if you could. Yeah, just soldering on, mate. Right. Done. Bring over. So you go, the lights turn off when you fold the boom up. Good. There we are. That is Mark Thor's edit of the Case Patriot 4440 sprayer by Karl Farms and LBJ Modding. Very nice. Nice mod. Like I said, great to have some more variety because obviously there's the Case floater, there's the Trident, isn't there? I got both of those in here. There's the Trident, yeah, the Titan floater pack. So there's lots of options. Had a dog brought out to me, assuming it's behaving. Yeah, lots of different options now. He had the Patriot into the air. Of course, if you're a PC player, there is So 4045 by JJ or Jonathan Dubois, and at some stage I'm assuming we'll get a John Deere from Custom Modding. So very cool, very nice. Right, well that's taken us an hour. What are we going to do now? Interesting, I know I haven't pointed it out. Look what happened to our hay bales and I load our silage bales, and I exited the game and came back in. All the wheat stacked on the back, even though they were strapped down still, fell off. A little bit disappointed with that. The rest, still very neatly stacked. Good. But yeah, these ones were on the ground when we came back in. Now, someone asked before about the combine. I did remember the right name. We did have a 7250. There she be. Bit of a red farm, this one, isn't it? Bit of a red farm, even redder now that we've got that. So, I think we will we'll skip through the evening. We'll try and get here early morning, see if we can pick up some contracts. I think go and do some labouring around the town, around the neighbourhood, if there's some neighbours who need some hand. So this is interesting with the 36575. This is for field. Oh, let time go too far. Field 25. Look at the value of it. Oh, the value goes up. It doesn't actually say what the value is. I never knew that. It's tied to what the auction value is. That's the highest bidder now. So contracts reset at midnight. See if there's some contracts. Red farms are okay. We may not get any contracts because we're still in May. We have to go through to June. Lano Gorridge? If I'm pronouncing that correctly. I was going to say George, but there's not quite George, is it? But Lano, welcome to the stream, mate. Thank you for tuning in, saying hello. Appreciate you joining and taking the time to write a message. Yeah. Nope. I do laugh at these. Yeah, I think someone pointed out their lettuce contract before, but 223,000 litres of lettuce. Some of these are a little bit ridiculous. They reset at 8 o'clock. Used to be 8 o'clock that expire. No, doesn't look like we're going to get any contracts out of that. Well, we do. Our animals now happy, and they've got food, they got water. Alright for now. What state? Let's just thinking on my feet here a little bit, team. Didn't know how long it was going to take us to spray all of that, so we do have to go and weed that. Actually, we need to go and get the weeds on that field. Could go and do that. Otherwise, we're going to be a wee way away from any crops being mature and ready to harvest. We're not even going to have one we could do a contract harvest on. Might not be many contracts in June as it will be winter. Yes, but this is the beauty of Southern Cross Station, is it uses a slightly different geo. So you'll see that in terms of planting, there's actually quite a bit of work available through June. But as a lot of it is planting, a couple of harvest ones there, probably not going to get much anyhow. I have got that, John. That's what the what new contracts are meant to do. And clear, go new, but I'm only getting supply. Perhaps this is the refresh contracts is a different one though. Is that to do with just the supply and transport one? Can't remember. Peter Clark, welcome, mate. I did see you there. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are doing well. So next option. When do our prices peak? June. June there for barley. June, July for the sorghum. Just for those. June for that. We go forward, and we might go forward another one. Might go forward another month, and then we could do some selling. In fact, are these ready now? Can't use the keyboard. Still for me. Okay. gonna get any of that anywhere either, are we? That's our winter too. It is, but our winter in New Zealand, there's very, very few places where you would be planting any of these crops in April, May or June. You might plant wheat in autumn as winter wheat, but majority of wheat in New Zealand is probably going to be planted, not even August, thinking what it's like here. It's going to be planted here, September, October. In fact, 9 wheat, barley, not much canola in New Zealand, oat, corn, not much sunflowers, very few beans, potatoes, a bit of sugar beet, no cotton, don't know if there's any sorghum. Pretty much everything will be planted. December's sort of the latest we might plant. So anyway, we are. Right, let's go forward another day. Forget about May. Go to June. Someone to crops too on the map. Yeah, you can do. It's been that wet here. Some farmers are planting in July. Is that for your winter crops? Yeah, gosh. Crazy. Okie dokie. Right, well, first things first. Everything's gone a little bit greener. Go down and do this weeding. Right, still down there. It's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Artisan, no worries. No need to apologise. Set this back. Now we need to sort ourselves out with we need to take 9,000 litres of what word am I trying to say? We cheated 9,000 litres of fertilizer into this. I need to remember that. Ooh, that was close. Very close. Yos, if you download it onto a compact flash card, and then if you've still got a console with a disk drive, you can force that compact flash card into the disk drive. Just push it as hard as you can. If you think it's not going to go any further, push harder, because I guarantee it will. You just keep on pushing in, and then you'll be able to download mod onto your console. Try it on your PS4? Yeah, good man. Good. Give it a go. I think you'll find it will work very successfully. How are you, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. Disclaimer, don't anyone try that, because we're just winding each other up. Hey, Mr. Crofter, how are you, mate? Good to see you as well. Did I just buy fertilizer? No, I didn't. It's herbicide. It said fertilizer. Give it a whirl. You might be surprised. That wheel's not having a good day, is it? Talking about the sprayer. It's just a general joke. So I don't know if you know, Yoss is a character. There's a few mods on Mod Hub, don't you, Yoss? And very active in a number of different communities. But it's an ongoing joke. People will jump into a stream and say, "Is this on console?" That was his way of saying hello in stream. It's kind of like a greeting. Oh, that's what you were saying about the wheel being wonky earlier. Gotcha. 10 mods released, so just a couple. Just a couple. Looking forward to the Pancake Factory. So that wheel could potentially be my controller too. because I have a dodgy PlayStation controller that's not far away from being shown the door. You know how hard it is to buy PS4 controllers now. My usual online electronic retailers that I frequent don't seem to have too many in stock. I'm going to go try the old bricks and mortar stores sometime this week. Let's find one here, look. I did consider going to a PS5 controller. However, I like the back buttons I have on my controller. I've got two. The pallet lifting dude, he is, amongst other things. Pancake Factory's the next one. Finally get to meet him. The man who ruined my save. So, I have this plug-in device. Where's my camera? Here. This plugs into the bottom of your controller and you can program your buttons. You can see that, probably not. But I've got them programmed to L2 and R2. L1 and R1. So I can use the R2, which is my accelerator, L2 is my brake, and still use the L1 and R1 if I'm, for example, using a front loader or something like that. Makes it much easier. I finally get to meet yours. I like that man who ruined my save. What's that truck doing down here? Don't make me sad. Forced you to move maps. We'll see. Silver lining, isn't there? Every cloud. Unfortunately, that is the one that would be the biggest complaint. Would that be the biggest complaint with modders, Yoss, is that you can't, there's no way you can test if it's going to affect the console. Those blue lights back on. Turn that on, I'm just going to spray some weeds. Nuke some weeds even. Would that be one of the biggest bugs, is that you can't test for console with any certainty? Got loads of pallets, but you could easily move them. Exactly, they were light. Much easier doing this spraying because you can see the weeds disappearing. The breeze. What on earth is the blue glow? This is pretty cool, isn't it? You need to watch Karl Farms and their Patriot that they had earlier this year. I think it's to do with the there was a reason for it, and I think at night it enhances the visibility of the spray, so you can more easily see when driving at night, operating at night. You can more easily see if there was an issue with a nozzle or something like that affecting a spray pattern, or I think that was the justification for it. I mean, apart from that, it looks cool. It's either that or was to do with their sense and spray technology. Can't remember actually. But yeah, Karl Farms had it, they did a good video on it, showing it off and explaining what it all does. See the spray pattern here. They showed some really cool slow motion shots because the spray pattern is actually a pulsating pattern. So it's not a continuous jet, it pulses the spray. Thinking they should start it like a community mod testing team of random people and do like a pre-release to them. For example, I picked up the problems with the Mandaka roller in 10 seconds. Downside to that is there's no way to release mods to console players except through ModHub. So there'd be no way you could restrict them to certain people that I am aware of, at least. They were lucky to have crop to spray with it. It sounds like the more accurate statement there, Christoph. Well, you think they can actually after seeing the video by DJ, is that right? That's all. Actually, I haven't caught that video properly yet. They can actually push mods out to select people on console. Release to test checkbox. Or console users. I suppose, I mean, potentially a console user has a user ID, don't they? They have a username. You have to have a username to play a console. It's for a different channel. Yeah. No. It's the joys of farming though, isn't it, Christoph? No other software developers do it at cost though. Oh, to share it. Okay. Look at that. I learned something new. For some reason I just had it in my head. It'd be different though if you're building a game for a console. Like, before PlayStation 5 comes out, they'll release a developer's console. To developers to use, won't they? So they can test their game on the platform. But do they actually test to users in the wild? I mean, there is ways to do it, isn't there? There's memberships where people get different access to different things. Yeah. Zedink, good evening. Welcome along to the stream. Nice to have you here. There we go. Right. Did we get all the weeds? Gone. Weeds, be bye-bye. Oh goodness, my dog's gonna have a hissy fit now. Right, what are we going to do? We need to get both vehicles back. Follow me, or in installed. Dog's been shut out of the bedrooms. Wait, why? He's been shut out here. I'm wondering. Hey Spud, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Nice to see you've been getting a lot of help on the multiplayer server lately. Hope things are going well on there. Good to see it being used. Seriously though, thanks so much for all you do for the community with modding. Your mods are excellent. Huge respect to you, bro. I'm not actually salty about the ballot bug. Yep. Often say they're are the unsung heroes of the game. It would be a lot different game if you had to play vanilla the whole time. I mean, I remember playing, when I first played Farming Simulator 19, I spent 50 or 60 hours on a wonderful map called Ravenport. And I thought that was the bee's knees. And I didn't even really know what the mod hub was. Then I discovered Shamrock Valley and Lone Oak and back. And then I discovered all the mods. But you know, there's people who just don't even, they just think it's too much for them to try and understand. They just don't venture into it. Whole of the world. Chris, are you going to play on Western Australia map again? Contemplating it actually, Chris. Contemplating it. Waiting to see what happens with some of those. We were chatting about it earlier actually with the two kilometre by 2 kilometre or 1x or whatever you want to call it, standard size version that Farmer Bob's working on for maybe a console release as well as PC. That could be an option actually for Farmsim Guy and myself to move to after No Man's Land. We are we're in the early thought process of where we're going to head. I think West Texas we did about 30 episodes. Marksville we got into the 20s. We're almost at 30 on No Man's Land already, so probably about time for a swap. Right, go. Let's turn that off. Turn the lights off. Now I'm just going to check. We haven't had any more contracts pop up, have we? Nope. Negative on the contract front. Right, I think we need a bit of a feed. We'll give them some water and a little bit of grass. Jump into the Land Cruiser. Good excuse to have a drive around in this. I don't know, get a trigger on the water there. Back in. Do I have a favourite map of all time? I'm quite impartial. Definitely quite impartial to Deer Creek. Deer Creek. Well, Deer Creek was a good one for 22 actually. No Creek Farms. I actually really enjoyed playing on that. It just had a really nice vibe to it. I had a great amount of fun playing on that. Doing a series on that. Elk Mountain would be one of my favourites at the moment for 22. So many options on it. So many different ways you could play it. And just the detail, and it's just such a beautiful... I've had a number of just wow moments where you just stand there and you're just like, wow, look at the, you know, the sky, the sun, the outlook, everything about it was just perfect. It just, yeah. A couple of times I've just sat there and thought this is just such a well-crafted map. So yeah, there's a couple of them at the moment. Green Valley's up there. Yeah, I like Green Valley as a Green Valley's certainly got a neat vibe to it. It's very cool as well. We've got so much grass in here. Can't take 2 bales, we'll just take one at a time. How far it's going to go. Shire Farms is a fun one. I haven't looked into that one too much. I see Camille Mapping, who made Saskatchewan, is working on another map. He put a post up to say it's getting into towards the testing phase, so looking forward to seeing what he is working on. Czar Mapping's working on one, Buckeye-ish. Just to see what he comes out with. Port Farms is going to be fantastic with all the new animals and everything like that. I hope Oxy shares some of that knowledge with others and is happy for others to take some of that and use it, because I think, you know, if he's able to do it, it sounds like he's animated the objects, like he's, you know, got a duck model and the other animal? Goat model, and it's done all the animations and everything in Blender, from what I was reading on Facebook the other day. So that'd be pretty cool. Has there ever been a good New Zealand map? Not in my opinion, and not that I know of. There's a couple of New Zealand. Well, there's actually a few. I don't know if any of you guys, any Kiwis at least, are in a couple of Facebook groups with Australia and New Zealand. FarmSim. I think there's one specifically for New Zealand FarmSim, and they've got some cool. They do some really nice screenshots, and they've got some cool equipment and, you know, real Kiwi stuff. But I'm not sure about the maps. Actually, oh, this is 92. Can't sell that. Hold there. Right, we need the truck. We're going to sell that product. What I was going to do to even out our... I'm going to I can't empty. I'm going to set the level on this to minus, so 3,124. 3124 with liquid fertilizer. That simulates the 9,000 litres taken back out of it, which we've used half of, and the rest of it sitting down at the yard. That dots that. Puts a line in the sand for that one, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Goats looking good. Yeah, the ducks are interesting too. I mean, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Goats and ducks really aren't adding anything to the game in terms of features other than just being another animal type. Because what are you going to get from goats? Wool, meat, milk. What are you going to get from ducks? Egg? Well, you get eggs from chickens, so... What I'd want to see something a bit more varied, like, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what animals you might go for, but... Meat. See, no, that's another thing no one's been really successful in getting working, well, not that I've found thus far in 22, but, you know, we had West Texas, we had that wonderful abattoir where you could add meat, drop an animal off as a unit and it would convert it into a certain amount of meat. I haven't seen anyone who's successfully been able to do similar mod with FS22 animals, the way they are. You might be able to correct me, there might be one out there somewhere that I haven't seen, but as far as I know, rabbits, the way they breed. Duck shooting season. Meat for both, yeah. Just join that group. Max looks pretty mad that most pet photos taken on. I really want to make a new Zoom. There's a valley with paddocks down into a plains area with more arable bordering the sea. Right. Wonder if I can just... I'm just going to see if I can find something and show it to you. Bear with me just for 2 seconds. Where have I saved it? No. 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 Oh, I wanted to show you something. Can't for the life of me figure out where I put it. I'll have to try and find it and show it to you next time. I've mocked up a map that I thought would be pretty cool, and it kind of almost follows a little bit of what you've just described. Not quite the same. Yeah, don't know where it is. I could spend hours looking for it. Share it with you sometime. Artist, if are you on Discord? Jump into Discord, mate, and chat, because it's something I'd love to get off the ground too, and try and get something made. I think there's a lot of potential. I'd travel around a little bit with work and, you know, going to football and traveling with the kids and things like that, and I think there's some real good opportunities. Thank you, Discord. Thank you, Chinook. There's Discord. There's a meat processing plant out. Is there really? Tell me more, Peter. And does it actually work? Are these the jigging for walleye ones? I know he's done some. I haven't seen how they've actually made it work. Do you? I didn't know if they'd done a good job of it or not. Basically where I was at. Alright, let's leave that there. Why not kangaroo? You'd farm kangaroo. We want to change the deer on this map to kangaroo. I think that's what we really should be championing. I mean, Kangaroo, I can't speak this evening. And someone left a bag of seed. In the way, right. Let's go and see. What are we going to go sell first? Let's have a look. Barley. We can do a load of barley. June. Our current price on barley. 360 and going up. Oh, 403 at Graham West. Take that one. Sorghum. 558 and still going up. Sunflowers, they'll still be going up because they don't peak it to August. Corn, still trending up. Well, we might as well fill up with barley because I know we've got to pretty much. I'll take a full load of that. Oh, no, I'm not even over the trigger. That hay dry you posted, that was the YouTube image of it. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, jump in, man. Jump into Discord. We'll add a little bit more about it. I actually set up some roles in the Discord to try and get a map off the ground. We kind of got interested. I think we chatted for about 3 days and then it kind of went quiet. Everyone went away and no one came back. Again, myself included. Right, where are we taking this? Grain West Corp. Is that the one we always go to? Always seems to be the best price. There's 2. Never have to go down to this one. Southern Cross Grain seems to have a good price down there. Look at that. Big difference. Well. Old Man 102 or Ricky maps and mods, I think, but never used it. I'll take a look, Peter. That hay dry you shed was one that took bales and compressed them or something, didn't it? Crofter? I liked your video you sent me this morning of the drifting rock truck. Kangaroos, there's actually a PSV award called "You're Not a Kangaroo." You get when jumping on your horse too many times. Got it on Southern Cross and had a juggle. Giggle, juggle, jiggle, giggle. Just got a new G29 wheel. Does anyone know why FS22 resets the return spring to really hard every time I load a save game? Is there a hidden setting somewhere in FS22 XML? Drop FSG a message because he's got the G920, which I think is just the PC version or the Xbox version, isn't it? The G29 is the PS4 PC game version, or PlayStation PC version. I'd love to do a community-driven map. I'd love to have a dozen people all doing different parts of it. You know, someone builds the sell points, someone builds a farm, someone builds, I don't know what else, assets, you know. Someone does the XML work. Someone does the modeling and then someone textures them and does all that sort of stuff. It'd be pretty cool. Whoa. It's close. No crash though, no crash. You succumb to the dark side and build a Windows machine so you can start creating that. It must have been hard, Pozos. They have loads of different mods they make for their maps, but work on other maps. Yeah. Interesting. I have to take a look, Peter. The other thing I was saying before about traffic, it would have been great to have a train on this map. I love, love, love the Griffin Indiana train. So good. it feels, it's almost rewarding. You almost want to get stopped by the train as you're driving down the main street, watch it go past, because it is, you know, 18 cars long. I mean, it's still not long as train standards go, but it's pretty cool. I didn't even look at how much money we made off that load. What did we get, 7 grand? Completely oblivious. I forgot what we were doing there for a minute. Was that bale dry? It skewers the bales to dry with hot air. See, another mod idea I had, anyone watches bales, hey, is a bale steamer, which works kind of like the additive you have for silage and increases bale yield by 5 or 10% if you run one of those. But the trade-off would be you'd need a high horsepower tractor to pull it or something like that. So you couldn't just use a little tractor, it'd add an extra 100 horsepower requirement to your tractor or something like that. No, June, that's July for that. Right. So, hey, what happened here? This was up here before. Been ripped off. Does that mean it's going to drop? Here's the same problem with your G923. Have you got the Logitech G Force gaming software installed? I use that with all my peripherals, my mouse, my keyboard, headset when I use that one. Well, that was not quite what I had in mind. We're going to skip time forward and go and sell the silage. I can park my trailer. Been a bit all over the place tonight, haven't we? One task to another task to another task. I know it's not fermented yet. I know. We'll fix that. Let's skip forward time. It's only 3% away. Should take an hour or two. Not too long. See the swather mod that is the dry box and the header to turn cut grass into go? It did. Grass into hay. I did see that. That's pretty cool. What I'm more excited for it is to see when they come out with it, and actually being able to swath crops and collect the grain from the swath. I know BC Bueller's working on Edgewater, Saskatchewan to add that feature, at least for canola I think it was. What do you reckon? What do you reckon? Are we skinny enough? Yeah, we are. Oh, I saw that gap, it was a challenge. It was asking to be driven through. Why has that not gone over them this time? Strap them on there? Is it on? No. Go this way. Interesting, because I had them strapped on last time. Bother. That's annoying, isn't it? Seems the tractor hasn't put on weight. No, it's still skinny Chinook. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze these up on top. I'm a good operator and I'm putting them near the rear axle. The trains on this map could be taken as accurate as I've shut down heaps of the railings. They just use B doubles now. Much the same worldwide, I think. So tell me, Jason, are you fighting an everlasting battle of potholes on your roads now because of the increased heavy traffic that's on them? Because honestly, New Zealand roads at the moment are diabolical. So we've had some very heavy rain in different areas. The other day, this is exactly the same day, two different regions. One was Taranaki, the other was Tauranga, going up the Kaimai Ranges. Both. So Taranaki has it's got a port, it's got a big dairy factory close to it. A lot of heavy traffic runs up that way. The Kaimai Ranges between Tauranga and Auckland is one of the main links between the two biggest ports in New Zealand. On the same day, I think it was, at one stage both roads had 20 cars, or there or thereabouts, might exaggerate the number a little bit. There was at least a dozen cars parked on the side of the road, all with flat tyres, punches from hitting in the same potholes. Pretty much all within hundreds of metres of each other. One guy must have had a Mercedes or some flash European car. He reckoned it was going to cost him $6,000 because he managed to crack two of his rims completely. New tyres, new rims, $5,000 or $6,000. Probably, if it was a really nice European car, it's probably going to even more than that. But honestly, diabolical. Great mod to contact Starley West quick. For the dryers, that would be cool. I think that'd be awesome. Tractor didn't put any weight on. Nope, still skinny. Right, let's try and skip some time forward and see if we can get this to ferment. So if we watch down on the bottom right corner, we should see our load change from all grass to some silage. The bales ferment at different rates. Fingers crossed. Hasn't happened yet. Here we go. Look at that. All done. Fermented. Zach still leading. He's pretty keen to buy that bit of land, is Zach? So many potholes on the North Shore in Auckland. Can't believe there's no herbicide production on console. I really like the reels and the limestone mine on the news. I haven't seen that yet, Croft, but I did read something about it today, actually saying it was pretty nice. Boss 2, what's up with you? How are thou? Thank you for tuning in. Oh, we've picked a good time. Fly. Oh, yeah, we're not too much difference between the peak. Oh, 185. Let's go. We'll sell for that. I will take $185 for 200,000 litres of silage. New Zealand have potholes. Damn them, South Africa's got craters. Perhaps that's why there's so many on the North Shore. Chinook, because isn't that where all the South Africans live in Auckland? Just trying to make them feel at home. Terrible after harvest, they patch them up and they get destroyed during winter and be fixed again before harvest to repeat the process. Yeah, that's all they do here, is they try and throw some cold or maybe even hot asphalt in them and fill them up, and within weeks I've seen them pop out. Don't even last a month, within weeks. South Africa has canyons. Tell you what, this girl's struggling pulling this load, isn't she? Not going to break any speed records. This should be a good payday. 40 grand? Close to, not quite. You have to be 200. It would have to be over $200 per 1,000 litres to get 40 grand, but between 35 and 40. You're from South Africa, grew up in your shore, can confirm. There we go. By steel wheels rule. 20 bucks, that's not going to tip. No way. You've already given me 20 bucks tonight, John. You don't do that. Alright, where's the bale sale point? Over in that shed over there. This is Southern Cross Animal Feed. I'm sure this. Yeah. Just checking. Just checking. This is where we sold all the straw, isn't it? Yeah, harvest. Hey, look! It's a traditional New South Wales out of season snowman. I mean, it's June. But I don't think he's meant to be there. Crazy. What these people got inside? It's a pretty short desk too, isn't it? I'm crouching and I can still see on top of it. Alright, it's a bit weird peeking through windows, isn't it? Carry on. Back in the truck. That guy's dressed appropriately for the weather though. At least he's got a hoodie and a jacket on. Alright, final guesses, $37,220. $28. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at how much we got from selling bales now. I'm never gonna know. We're gonna have to use the bull bars on the front like we did last time too. Last couple in. Alright, what did I say? 37,200 and something. The sold bales. Oh, look at that! I said 37,200. I'm not far off. I'm playing that. And that is a win. South Africa never quick swim in the potholes. There's been lots of memes going around about people putting 4 rent signs up. 3 bedroom unit with bathroom. Haha. Make it a challenge next time, Chinook. I told you not to as well. I told you not to. Thank you though. I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. Peeking in windows. The person had a snowman, Grant. I think I was well within my rights to peek through their windows. It was out of the ordinary. I was concerned for the well-being of the resident. Doing my neighbourhood watch. My citizen care duties. All right. A couple of the random bales and sell them if you get desperate. Is that right? Funny. No idea. If I really get desperate, we've got all this in here. And then, exactly, I'm in the neighbourhood watch. And we've got wool. If we really get desperate, we could sell some sheep. What I actually need to do, put a few more sheep pastures down and move them. That's something else I'd love to be able to do, is actually come into here. The sheep trigger. Here somewhere. There we go. I'd love to be able to come in here and say, right, we've got 50 in here. And instead of selling them, have an option to transfer. Have a transfer button down here, then it pops up with where you want to transfer it to. Which of your farmyards you want to transfer it to. That'd be pretty cool. So, any smart cookies out there who want to make that as a mod, would be very nice. Right, what's the time? It's 10 to 11. And we're just about done. I'm scratching around for tasks to do. We'll go and have a look at that field auction. Is that sold yet? Now we've got 53 grand. Maybe we go pick up a bargain. Growth stage, 3 of 3. Make cut some grass. I don't know. Look at the weeds in it. Sheila. Sheila hasn't looked. Sheila. That's an appropriate name, isn't it? Sheila. Sheila ain't looked after her field very well. So, if I bring that up. Press B to bid $47,000, ends in less than 66 hours. My problem is, I don't actually know what this field's worth if it wasn't at auction. Like, if we compare it, how big is it? 23 acres. I actually get that grass bit out there. Well, that might make it worthwhile. 23 acres. Where's the comparable 23 acres? That's 114 grand for that 23 acres. 26 acres, 160 grand. 2, 20 acres, 120 grand. 21 acres. So that's actually, if we picked that up for less than $100,000, it'd be worth it, wouldn't it? It would actually be worth buying that off Sheila. So price per acre 3312. I wonder if that takes its current price. Let's go find another field to compare it to. Don't like our Sonic the Hedgehog running artist. Well, the field here will do, won't it? $7,000 per acre. So yeah, comparably, that's a steal. Might have to keep an eye on that. Could end up with another field. Just trunk free. Was all the fermented silage. Best part is I can go even faster. That's what I wanted. Alright, look at that. Some wool to sell. Lots of things to do. Lots of things to keep on doing. I'm looking forward to getting back into this beauty at some stage though. It can't be too far away. Like I said, I reckon next time we might be into some harvesting. So we do have, what are our two crops? Barley down the bottom, those two fields, and canola up at the top here. Taking a look at our harvest time. Oh, we're a long way away. We're going to have to go the whole way through. Whole way through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe 4 months. That's right. We need to skip forward to get to that harvest time, and that is just what we will have to do. Otherwise, we're going to be sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Don't want that. West wheels are those new 22-inch Range Rover wheels. Tickle them and they're gone. Had to fix over 20 last year at 400 pounds a tyre. So we've got I want to say the tyres on my car. They come. Oh, maybe they're only 19. 235. Fine. But I priced up a set of, I priced up the tyres for those. So made my eyes water just a little bit. Justifies getting a wheel alignment and those kind of things done more often. Eke a bit more, eke a few more miles out of it. Anyhow, I think we will wrap things up there. Like I said, not much else we can do. We can't even pick up any contracts. There's none there. We can't supply any of those things. Look at this one. Who's going to make 101,000 litres of raisin? 89,000 litres of olive oil. Oh, and it's funny, the small ones like oats, 36,000 litres of oats, that's actually quite low. But, yeah. Anyhow, we can't pick up any more contracts, so we'll just call it a day there, I think. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Pleasure to have your company this evening. Thank you very much again to Mark for sharing the Patriot with me. So keep an eye out. A lot of you I know are in Discord and follow along with what's happening. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Hopefully, chance to use it. Sure, if Mark doesn't release it through Mod Hub or try and get it onto Mod Hub, he may look at doing it through other means, as he has done with some of his other modifications. So keep an eye out for that. As for me, we have a 5-minute farmer coming tomorrow. 5 PM my local time, so 5 AM BMT. So all at the same time, but they'll be starting up tomorrow for the month of September. Hey Jeremy, later mate. Nice to see you. Yeah, so starting up tomorrow and for the month of September. Griffin, Indiana, 5 Minute Farmer. I couldn't not. It's I've spent too much time touring the map and looking at it. I need to do something on it. I think it's going to be well suited to the 5 Minute Farmer. It's going to take a little bit longer to do some things because the fields are just that little bit bigger. Probably with where I've set up 2 wasn't the best choice, but keep an eye out for that tomorrow and ongoing for the next month. Cheers, Crofter. Thank you very much for that super chat. You are a star. Appreciate you. And appreciate all of you for tuning in. Thank you all very much for hanging out with me. Hanging out through the little blip we had with the internet. But nice to have you all here. If you haven't dropped a like already on the stream, make sure you do on the way out. I do appreciate having you supporting me and yeah, just watching with me. It's been good fun. So take care, everyone. We will catch you hopefully another live stream on the weekend. We'll see you then. Take care. Bye for now.